the right place. Good morning everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back here to a new adventure in That Lo at this, wow, really nice place. I actually stayed a night extra, let me get out of here first. Hoopla. It was a superb stay. And I plan to stay one day in Pakse to prepare for the border crossing with Thailand, but I'd rather stay here because it was on this little island which was super nice. You had to like walk over a walking bridge to enter it, which I did to visit the That Lo waterfall. So that free day also gave me the chance to take it easy with that waterfall, and it was actually a proper hike through the jungle, which was really nice, but yeah, I only had flip-flops. Anyways, the waterfall, first you encounter like a smaller waterfall, which is not so steep, and then you have to cross like a few stones. It's a really nice trek, and then at some point you see the big That Lo waterfall, which is quite impressive, I have to say. It's really a nice one, worth visiting, and yeah, there was a local family preparing food, so it was a nice sighting. Anyways, we are on the go again, and let me... Oh, yeah. Oof. We are on the go. This is That Lo, and we make our way today to Pakse, which is the city from where we will cross into Thailand. But we're not gonna go straight to Pakse, we're gonna do a little loop, because yeah, I said it before, but we are on the Bolaven Plateau, which I will tell you more about later on. But of course I want to explore it a little bit, because it is quite famous for its waterfalls. And yes, from Pakse we will enter Thailand, as I already said, and then, well, I'm not gonna make it at once to Bangkok, so there will be a little stop one night, I hope, but it kind of depends on the roads in Thailand what I can do. And Bangkok is the exception on visiting capitals. As you know, I rather avoid them on my motorbike, but Bangkok is Bangkok. And yeah, I really want to explore Bangkok a little bit. So that is the plan for the upcoming days. But first things first, the Bolaven Plateau. This is actually one of the better roads we have ridden so far here. Look at this. It does look very steep though. Alright, well, sunshine, there we go. This is very steep, what's going on? Oh. But what must go up, I mean, what goes up must go down, right? Mostly comes with a nice view. There is the view. That is quite nice, yes. Wow. Wow, look at this. This is very spectacular. What are they doing? Now, this is the Bolaven Plateau. Ooh, this is very steep, but very nice. And the Bolaven Plateau is created a million of years ago by volcanic activity. So it's actually a huge volcanic area that we are riding through. And it is a shield volcano. So it's not a classic stratovolcano. And the stratovolcano is like with the pointy mountain, right? Then you can immediately see it's a volcano. So because it's a shield volcano, it created this plateau, the Bolaven Plateau. And yeah, because of the volcanic activity and the lava, it's a super fertile area, which makes it yeah, super usable for agriculture. And that's why you will find a lot of agriculture here, and especially coffee. So there are a lot of coffee farms around here, and I hope to drink at least one coffee at one of those farms, but later on. First, let me get through this stunning area. Wow, really. And because of this volcanic soil, there are also a lot, and I say a lot, of waterfalls in the area, because the soil is actually quite easy accessible by water. Ah, hello. And the water cuts through the soil quite easily. So yeah, therefore there are like a lot of layers and plateaus, and then the water falls off it and you have a waterfall. So that's also why I explored a waterfall yesterday, but I also want to explore one more waterfall today, which apparently is much higher even. So yeah, let's see what the area has to offer, right? But it is for sure a very green and interesting area. Wow, look at this. Wow, you can look so far. You can really see the plateau, huh? That's nice. Oof, that's a very steep bit again. Come on, sunshine. Yeah. Perfect. So yes, a lot of waterfalls here. One of them is one of the highest here, and apparently quite spectacular. So let's see how that will look like. But first we have to cross this really nice stretch. Again, the road is so good. I love it. Look at all the colorful plants. What a remote and rural village this is. Oh, I think this is like a school, a soccer match. Funny. The coffee should be somewhere here. Let me see. I think it's here, lot 40. That's where I want to have a little coffee, if possible. Can I park my bike here? I think so, right? And at this place they show you the full coffee journey, and it all starts with the most important part, seeing the different coffee plants up close. And this is the coffee, the Arabica, so that's one of the most common ones here. And you see, there you have the coffee beans. Look. It's so funny. I never seen a coffee plant before. This is how it looks like. So they would get all the coffee beans and then it's within this little fruit. And then the process starts. It's really nice.
And after the harvest, they remove the pulp, the outer layer of the bean. And then it's time to roast and grind. And of course, after all of that, it's finally time to taste the actual coffee.
So I got myself a little iced espresso and a nice croissant. Let's see how this will taste. Quite strong, but really good. Now that was a nice little coffee break, literally. Ooh. And I think it's quite interesting to see, right, how they make the coffee. If you want, you can do like a whole day tour where they will explain it to you. And yeah, the taste is just really, really good. It was a nice, really nice coffee. And it's just interesting to see also because the area has to offer like, well, a lot of coffee. And to see so many fruits, like you don't have them in the Netherlands, right? So it's really nice to see where they come from and to get a bit more information about that. And I love my coffee in the morning, so now at least I've seen with my own eyes where it comes from and how it looks like. Sometimes you tend to forget that when you're in the supermarket. Anyways, with the coffee and the croissant, we have, well, somewhat of a full stomach again. And some energy to explore the waterfall. It's not far from here actually.
Not too far yet, but maybe go back and grab your backpack because you kind of forgot it.
Can you believe it? How many times did I forget it already? Unbelievable. Anyways, I got it. Haha. Anyways, the waterfall. That's where we are heading for.
And with a drop of over 120 meters, the waterfall turns this place into a breathtaking scene.
Alright, now that was the waterfall. Quite spectacular, I would say, especially because of the height. And well, the cool part about this waterfall is if you look closely next to the falling water, you can still see the layers of lava from like million years ago. So it really is like layer on layer on layer. I think that's quite cool. So a nice little stop. And it's hot. It's time for our last stretch in Laos. Windy also. So the last stretch to Pakse, where we will stay tonight, and then tomorrow we will do the border crossing with Thailand. So it's actually nice to be there a little bit on time, because yeah, I do need to print a few stuff, the FEP, remember, and my setup. Alright. Hoopla. This is the whole bunch of Thai motor group bikers I just met at the coffee corner. That's funny. met. We had a little chat. He's from Bangkok and organizes these tours. And had the same slogan as I do, enjoy the ride. That's funny.
I was slightly off, as I later found out. It's actually his friend who organizes the tours. But remember this guy from Bangkok. He's going to play an important role in how this journey unfolds.
Now we made it to Pakse, the last city in Laos before our border crossing tomorrow. Look at this. And yeah, let's see if I can find the stay at once. That's a big temple. Let me see. Pakse Hotel, yes, that is my hotel. So this should be it. This is perfect. Well, for the time being, I'm just gonna park here, even though there's like a pylon. With all my luggage, they will understand, right? Okay, hopefully, yes, perfect. Well, that was an easy find. Now let's check it out. And this will be the room where I will stay. A cozy room. Here the bathroom and the bed and the view. Now prepare for Thailand. Good morning again. It is a border crossing day, and that is extra nerve-wracking. I remembered yesterday because of my broken passport. I think we go there. Let me cross this. Yeah, I just never really know, right, how it will go. Anyways, I have all my papers printed with me. I did what I could do. And now, before we're gonna cross the border, we are going to visit a Buddha, because I realized, like, there are a lot of Buddhistic people here in Laos and a lot of temples, but in Laos I haven't visited one. Not like, I cannot remember it, no. Only in China, right? So it is on purpose, because I don't want to overkill myself with like temples, waterfalls, caves. There are like a million to be found here. But I want to keep things special, so it is on purpose, but it cannot be that I am leaving Laos without seeing a Buddha from close by. So, as it happens, my friends Till and Carmen, remember? You've seen them more often now. They are also there. It's gonna be our final goodbye. They cannot enter Thailand with their van. So it was a nice combination. I say goodbye to them and I see one more temple here in Laos. So that's the plan. And then from there on, it is border crossing time. Thailand. And then we are really almost there. Oi, oi, oi. What's going on? Is it like... Ah, there you can see the big Buddha already. This is the Mekong. Look at the size of this river. Wow, palace over there. It's incredible, right? And that's the Buddha, the big gold Buddha that we're heading for. And then from there on it's not so long to the border. I think there in the distance should be Thailand already. What a river, hey? it's incredibly huge. Like the width, that's the impressive thing on the river. Ah, there they are. They're sleeping here, and then the Buddha must be there. Oh, look at all the mini Buddhas. Morning! Bye bye! Bye, good luck! Well, that was the adventure with Till and Carmen. I really like them. And the temple itself was actually quite nice. Like, there was basically no one, only one monk. And the architecture is just amazing, right? And you have this one big Buddha overlooking the city. It has a pretty nice view over the Mekong. So that's quite spectacular. And then there are like 1,000 little Buddhas, I think, as a reminder to Buddha when you walk to the temple. And then you have one smaller temple admiring like a person, like I think the head monk or so. And then you had the big temple, and there the an actual monk was sitting. And we were allowed to slam the gong. Is it like English gong? Just really nice. So no, that was a nice closing of Laos, but now it is really time to move on to the border, because I'm gonna be there at the afternoon, so it's gonna be hot. And yeah, I don't know how long it will take, but it's always an adventure. So we're gonna make our way, that's for sure. Then we still have a long way to go into Thailand, because yeah, I want to make those kilometers, because I hope to reach Bangkok tomorrow if it's possible, but yeah, I'm not 100% sure though. Let's see. It all depends on the border crossing. Wow, this actually gives you a pretty nice view, right? It's quite steep. Oof. Alright, now we're closing in on the border. We are almost there. So you know the deal. There's only one thing I can say, and Laos, it has been a pleasure, and I hope to see you in Thailand. Welcome back. Here behind me, the Chongwek border. We are in Thailand, and it's all nice and purple here, you see? Funny. Where should I ride left? Should we ride left? I totally forgot. Is it true? Oh, damn. I totally forgot it. Alright. Well, let's shift to left riding. Of course. Oh, that's a mind fuck. Let me think. Okay. Anyways, we are in Thailand, so we can say it. Whoop whoop. It is almost the last country. We have only one country to go. That's Malaysia. Anyways, Thailand first. It was a really smooth border crossing. I had a nice where I should go. maybe. It was a very smooth border crossing. So yeah, how long did it take me? Maybe 1 hour, something like that. All the papers were okay, so it went quite quickly. Now I only need to get some money, and apparently here there is like an ATM, so let's try it. And then we make our way. Let's see. Well, that was a rather expensive withdrawal. High fees and a not so high amount of baht that I got out, but the thing is, I'm not gonna make it to Bangkok, and I don't know how about other ATMs on the way or whatsoever, but in any emergency I would always like to have some baht on me, even though I also have some dollars. Never know if they will accept it, right? So I take the little loss of like a few euros, and then at least I'm so confused. At least I can pay like for a night of sleep, right? And some food. Alright. Riding left, that's a game changer. I don't know why, I knew but I didn't know, you see? I read it, I wrote it down and I forgot it. So anyways, we're going left side, immer geradeaus to our destination. It's gonna be quite a ride. I have a guest house in my mind. I haven't booked or whatsoever, but I have good hopes, but it is still a long stretch, so let's go. Good roads, that's for sure, good roads. What a delight. Anymore to, well, hopefully to stay. I hope they have room, but I am a little bit tired, so it is good if it's there and that I can stay, because it was just a really long stretch from the border till basically here without really something like interesting. I am very happy though with the road. After 3 weeks of like horrible roads, this is a little relief, but of course it's also not really challenging. So for now it's good, and yeah, I just hope that that I can sleep at that guest house. Should go in here. Okay, that is very interesting. I'm not sure if it's the right place. Very, not as a guest house, is weird. Alright, since it doesn't all look like a guest house. I don't know. It was an overlander, but no, not really. Okay, that is a shame. Well, we will just check out a few hotels in the neighborhood then. Check out this place here and see if they have a room. I hope. I really hope. Okay, I'll look for someone and see if I can stay here. I don't know. Now there is sunshine. And this is the room where I'll be staying, so it's actually quite okay. And here is the bathroom. There, you see, with a toilet. So yes, it's already dark because we have a problem. Sunshine doesn't start anymore. When I checked in the room, I wanted to park her and she didn't start. So I had to push her and she still doesn't start. I cleaned the battery, I cleaned the cables, I tried everything, but she still doesn't start and she doesn't make the click sound. So basically what I did is these three I detached from the battery and I put them with silicone tape. So I hope that is safe, and then with tie wraps together so they won't touch anything in the battery, even though everything should be detached now. So I also cleaned this. Maybe there was a lot of dirt on it and yeah, the connection wasn't good, but anyways, this is the result. I hope she will run smoothly again. So yeah, I'm not sure what the problem is, but I'm quite remote and I hope she starts tomorrow so I can at least make it to Bangkok, but I'm a little bit afraid it might not work. That's a little bit of a pity after yesterday and today, which were actually quite nice days, especially with the border crossing that went super smoothly. And yeah, the Bolaven Plateau, of course, that we finished, which was also super nice. So after 2 days, it's a pity that the bike doesn't start anymore, which is quite a problem. But yeah, I hope to find a solution in the meantime, but you will see that next video. In the meantime, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and then I hope to see you at the next adventure.